Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. How is everything in the Life of Agony camp?
Oh man, I would have to say it's the best ever right
Yeah?
now, and I'm knocking on wood. Our career has been filled with a bunch of ups and downs, and like any other career, I may add.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, I gotta say we're really high up on our roller coaster ride, and it feels really good. We just put together a killer record, as you probably heard and know by now. Um, and we're just so excited about it. We're excited that we get to go out and play these awesome songs. We're excited that the world gets to hear this record on October 11th. We worked so hard. I co-produced the record with Sylvia Massey.
Mm.
So it's the first time a band member co-produced a record, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot for me to take on, but I'm proud that I did. I'm so happy that I did. I wore two hats,
Yeah.
basically being guitar player and a producer. So yeah, the way it went down is we flew to Oregon to go see Sylvia, and we did drums there at her studio. The whole band flew there,
Mm.
and after the drums were finished, about a week later, we took the hard drive home, and and here to my studio here in New York. I have a recording studio here,
Yeah.
and I went right into recording guitars myself. Drove myself crazy for about 3 weeks, screaming at the walls, getting the performances I wanted to get. Bouncing back and forth between the computer and my guitar, and did it all organically, which means like I didn't know, on any of the takes, on any, whether it's bass vocals, no cutting and pasting, no, none of that. Like let me use this part here because it was good. I played everything through, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I created more of a live scenario in my studio for myself. I put a bunch of monitors, like as if I was on stage.
Yeah.
So I created this live scenario, so much so that I put a giant banner on my wall of the crowd from Wembley Stadium during the Queen concert, that famous Live Aid.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I put a gigantic, I had a vinyl print made of the crowd from Wembley Stadium, and it's still there in my studio now. I didn't take it down. It looks so cool. So it's like a 6-foot banner. And so basically, I got to stare at a crowd, and at times I was hallucinating so much during my guitar tracks, playing so hard that I could have sworn I saw the crowd moving.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, yeah, literally, like I guess my vision was playing tricks on me while I was tracking and closing my eyes and opening them, and I literally at times felt like that crowd was moving. It was kind of creepy and kind of cool at the same time.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, that could. I just wanted to put a lot of that energy into the tracks, and the way I was able to record myself is I would loop the song so that I can continue to play all the way to the point where I would go out of tune, and then I would stop.
Oh,
So, and the computer was recording the whole time, so I would capture all these hours and hours and hours of me playing these songs and tracks, and then I would put it together.
mm.
So at least I gave myself that opportunity to really, how would you say, lose myself in each song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like completely let go. And that was really the only way I was able to do it. And I'm really happy I did it that way because it turned out awesome.
Mm.
And then I went on to bass. I recorded Alan at my studio, and that was amazing. Pushed Alan really, just like I would push anybody else that I record, and he was really happy about that. And I got some amazing bass tracks out of Alan. And then I went on to record the vocals with my cousin Mina
Mm.
out in Staten Island, New York, which is closer to Mina's house because she's limited on transportation.
Okay.
So I would go out there, and we worked out of Wu-Tang Clan Method Man studio,
All
who
right.
I know the people who owned the building and got me into that studio in the daytime. So it was just myself. It was Mina and myself every day for about a month, I would say, month and a half, doing vocals during the day, and it just went amazing with my cousin, and she was so cool
Mm.
about trusting me with choosing the takes that she wanted me to and all that, and it was just really cool experience, and the trust that the band had for me was immense. And then I also did all the interludes for the record here at my house. I set up microphones around my house, and I captured all of those storylines and yeah, so it was a lot of work and a lot of fun at the same time. And I'm just really sitting back, really proud of the whole band and Sylvia and the whole experience. So
Yeah, this is an incredible strong time. I mean, because you talk about the story, and it is a concept album, as was the debut. However, much has
yeah,
changed, not just in Life of Agony as a band, but the world as a whole. Do you think
yeah.
did that make it easier to put together concept, or was it tougher?
You know what? We kind of used our own experiences and people that we know and friends and what would happen. You know, we know plenty of people who had suicide attempts. Um, and even, when we were younger, those thoughts and all that stuff that goes on and through depression and stuff. So it was kind of like we almost had to put, Alan and I did all the scripting for the interludes, and we went back and forth on what would this person's life be like. So it was more conversational between Alan and I,
Okay.
like what would happen with this person. He attempt, at a very young age, at a teenage guy, attempts to do this to himself, and he actually gets saved. Okay, so now he's living with this scar,
Yeah.
which ties into the whole album. So what would happen to this person? How would this really affect him for the rest of his life? And then we realized that it would,
Yeah.
because he every time he looks down is a reminder right there on his wrist what he every day of his life. So
Yeah.
did he ever fully recover from this depression that he carried for so long due to his family circumstances and everything he's been through? And we said, no, he doesn't recover completely. No, he has people that love him, of course, just like there's people that love us. There's people that are going to love him, and like his wife in the story, and that want to see him get better. They want to see him well. Even his therapist, that you could tell, his therapist really likes him and wants to see him do well and wants to see him, come out on top, as they would say. And I just think we really nailed it, to be honest. Carl, I feel like we really put it together well enough where it tells the story without giving away too much.
Yeah.
But yet we had limited time to tell this story because those interludes are so quick and you can't make them super long. You don't want the album to stall. So it was challenging, but I feel like we nailed it,
You're a band that's always spoken to people at a more emotional level, and based off what you're saying about Sound Scars and what heard so far, that isn't changing. Why is it that you think that people connect so strongly to your music?
I believe it's the content, really, Carl. I believe that the lyrics, I got to say, Alan is an amazing storyteller with his lyrics.
Yeah.
And he has the ability to look around himself, look at all the people and these stories around him, and he's able to really harness the pure and raw emotion of these people's real stories. And he's able to put it in a poetic form and put it into a song. And I think that when people really dig into Life of Agony and they dig into the lyrics and then the groove of the music and the heaviness of our guitars and bass and drums and you put those combinations together, you got the aggression and you got the pure emotion. I think it's a recipe for, anyone to get addicted to that sound, and to be able to draw from it like as a therapy. And I think we do that as well in the band. We use our band definitely, without a doubt in my mind, as therapy.
Yeah.
Playing on stage, making a record, recording the tracks. I've cried at times recording my guitar track. I cried on this album. Whether it's from exhaustion, whether it's from letting everything out and you don't even realize you're gonna break down. Mina was crying. So the band has a very therapeutic way of telling, I would say, of getting out our emotions through these short stories. And this album has a bunch of short stories that actually culminate to one bigger story, which is the life of this individual.
Yeah. So you're we talked about getting on that stage. Your world tour kicks off in our neck of the woods, the UK.
Yeah.
What made you? What made you decide we were first?
I'll tell you what, because it's been a while since we did any extensive. It's been a few years. I think it's
Yeah.
almost coming up on 3 years. It's been a while since we did some extensive UK touring, and really the UK has not been able to get a glimpse of the band now with Veronica Bellino on drums, which she's just elevated the band to a new level. And we feel that it was so necessary to connect with the UK fans with this vibe. Like I said, we left off, and the band was kind of very rocky where we left off with the UK. We feel that the band is stronger than ever. We're tighter than ever on stage. We're tighter as a family, as a group. We're having a lot of fun. We're doing more laughing on and off stage and enjoying what we do again, like wholeheartedly and sincerely. And I feel like, especially with this new album, we're able to obviously mix up the set list now and put some of these new songs in the set.
Yeah.
And we also dug into our library of older songs, and we pulled out a bunch of songs that the UK haven't heard us play in a very long time. So we're excited also not only play our new material for them, but also play songs that they may not have heard since the early 90s, us playing them live,
Yeah.
And a couple of songs that we've never played live from back in the day. So, like, it's just a perfect setup for a great tour. We got Doyle opening from the Misfits and from Doyle von Frankenstein. He has his own project, Doyle. And that's going to be exciting for the UK fans because it's a really strong opener, of course, with Doyle, an amazing presence and performer. And it's just it's a recipe for a killer tour. And we thought that let's bring this to UK. It's been a little long, and they need to feel this energy. They need to see that Life of Agony is backfiring on all cylinders again, like we were back in the early 90s.
No, that's fantastic. Right. Running out of time, so we'll wrap it up with just it's over a week away to the album. You sound so enthusiastic and hyped. At this stage, you just want it to be out, right? You want it out and people to hear it.
Yeah. But I'm really excited about something else. This Friday, well, actually tomorrow, I'm sorry. We have the third single coming out, which the song is called Blackheart. Okay. Maybe by time this interview airs, it'll already be out. But I'm really excited about that. Like, we've been excited about each and every step along the way. And thank God there's singles released like Scars and Lay Down and now Blackheart. So it was kind of like letting people hear it slowly, like, letting out little bits and pieces of the record. But of course, October 11th is going to be the ultimate explosion with the whole record and the story, and then people really, and I urge everyone out there, and this is like really important, Carl, like I urge everyone out there to really listen to the whole record. Don't jump around. You're not going to get the gist of what we did. This is a true concept record. This is a true, tried and true concept record we made here. Even the songs, the way they fit the interludes, the song that goes before each interlude and the song that comes out, and the order of the songs, the way the story carries, everything was thought out by us, and everything is important. So start from the beginning and give yourself 42 minutes, whatever it is, 43 minutes, with some headphones on and a clear mind, and really listen to the new record.
Brilliant. Fantastic.